Hi guys, okay, I'm going to show you how to do a bar graph. So here I have our baseline and intervention labeled. I have our date and I have our reading data and our spelling data, and they are in the form of percentages. So let's highlight our data, do insert chart, and on chart type, we're going to do a bar graph, or it says column chart. This is very much a bar graph. So on this part right here, we will keep it like our reading and spelling so that the person looking at the chart knows what each of these bars represents. For our title, we want to align it in the middle and to use black. So we can do here reading and spelling data, or we can say cite words, whatever we want to put it as. We will want to label our axes. Maybe, here we go. So horizontal axis is the date, vertical axis is the number of words. We want to make sure that we use black on it. And for our horizontal axis, same thing. We want to make sure that we use black. So you can change the color of these bar graphs. I like to pick fun colors that look pretty together, like that. And we always want to make sure that our dates are treated as label text. So we want those to be, for each day that we recorded data, we want it to be listed on there. So for percentages, our percent is always 100%. Oops. Because that's as high as it can go with percentages. So we do our minimum as 0 and our maximum as a 1, because technically 100 equals 1. So just before I tried to put in 100 and it gives us 10,000. So we want to make sure that when we're labeling an axis with percentages that we use just one number. Just 1 instead of 100. So if you type it in, you're like, it's not working, that's probably why. You just need a 1 there. We always make our, whoopsies, we always make our color black. Or you can make it whatever color you want. I always think that it looks cleanest and best when it's black. So this is how you make a bar graph in Google Sheets. If you want to include where it says like baseline, intervention, that sort of thing, you can write out kind of like what we did before, where it says baseline. And you can also, in the same drawing thing, you can do an arrow where it's pointing to, here, let's actually do that second, where it's pointing to the bars that represent that phase. So you can do baseline, and we can insert drawing and do an arrow. And so the arrow will indicate baseline. Something like that. Another thing that you can do is, if you did not want to put this key up here, you could do the same type of thing where you write the name of what blue is, so like reading, and put an arrow pointing to it, and that would be your key instead of putting a key up at the top. Either way, it works. But for your phases, you can do it using arrows, or you don't have to indicate it at all. And if you wanted to use a phase change line, you could do that as well by going to insert, drawing, and using a line. That's all. Pretty simple.